I should say mark it in the book, shouldn't I? Let's go ahead and mark this shit in the books.
Eric Lloyd in his bitch. 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 Girl, you're so fire. Girl, you're so fire. Smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana. Got me feeling so exotic. Feeling so exotic. To be with you is such an honor. Really such an honor. Girl, you're so fire. Girl, you're so fire. Smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana. Got me feeling so exotic. Feeling so exotic. To be with you is such an honor. Really such an honor. Your ass so fire, I don't know where to start. And this shit so hot, your ass is so by far. It's the best thing I ever had, and now I want this to really last. Sit back, relax, wander around while I roll up the gas. Roll around town, then we laugh in the whip. Roll up a pound on the way to the crib. I'm just talking shit, I'm fucking around on my Mary Jane bitch. I'm secretive as I hit her shit, cause I don't want my niggas to try to tap my bitch. Girl, you're so fire, girl, you're so fire. Smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana. Got me feeling so exotic, feeling so exotic. To be with you is such an honor, really such an honor. Girl, you're so fire, girl, you're so fire. Smoking marijuana, smoking marijuana. Got me feeling so exotic, feeling so exotic. To be with you is such an honor, really such an honor. Everybody wants you, bitch, and I really want you too. All for me, all for myself. Wrapped in my Garcia Vega green. I ain't tryna be nice or fucking mean. I'm just tryna get high and chill on the scenes. I don't really give a damn what you mean to me. You just a hoe on the motherfucking streets, and you make me feel real good at night. You know that pussy tight. You know I pipe that pipe all night. Bitch, get it right. With Mary Jane, I'm always high. You my wife. Bitch, you do a nigga like fire. Girl, you're so fire. Smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana. Got me feeling so exotic. Feeling so exotic. To be with you is such an honor. Really such an honor. Girl, you're so fire. Girl, you're so fire. Smoking marijuana. Smoking marijuana. Got me feeling so exotic. Feeling so exotic. To be with you is such an honor. Really such an honor. Striving while I'm fighting to achieve my fucking goals. I'm so obsessed with the quest that it is so absurd. I hope I don't end up in the back of a hearse. I'm focused on my time that I had left on earth. I hope my mama never had to put me in the dirt. I'm contemplating getting a couple bitches, have them in the fucking kitchen and they cooking up that word. You think I'm tripping, but I ain't so disturbed. I'm fucking twisted, I'm so sadistic, but I'm a mystic. Just in case you missed it, pay attention, shut up and listen. I believe in God's high and mighty godly existence. Ayo, 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 ayo. Tryna get my money, but just listen to my songs. I'm gonna be a movie star on your radio. Ayo, ayo. gentlemen, let me just say it was a struggle like a motherfucker to do this damn show. Oh my God, y'all. I mean, I was glitching and I just talked about me getting this new ass computer, okay? And the shit still was looking raggedy as hell. One thing I do not like though is that my camera looks ashy as hell. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to fix this. But whatever. It is what it is. It'll do for the show as long as we ain't skipping, which according to here, we ain't skipping. We moving and grooving. So let's get on with the motherfucking show. Yo, this is gonna be a hell of a show. I must say, y'all. We're gonna be covering fucking Biggie. Who the hell shot Biggie? That's what the hell we need to know. And viewers' discretion is advised. I will add this until my countdown, but I'm going to be cussing like a sailor. It's going to be informational, but I'm going to be cussing like there's no tomorrow. My mama talking about, oh, Lord, Eric, I got family members calling me and shit talking about how vile your content is, like how they can't watch you. Well, then don't support my black ass. Take your old ass on somewhere, okay, Jesus? I don't have time for this. I'm a grown ass man. And I appreciate y'all for not coming at me and telling me that. But I'm always gonna be Eric Lloyd, and that's not gonna change a motherfucking thing. Okay, when I'm with my homies in public, I'm talking like the hell like this. Maybe not as boisterous, but goddamn it, I'm talking, goddamn it. Okay? And I don't hold my tongue for nothing. Now, around my elders, okay, maybe I might not use this verbiage. And the elders is like, oh, Lord, I can't handle it. Then take your ass, I'm sorry, I'm drooling and shit. Get your ass off of Facebook and Instagram and go the hell sit down somewhere. Don't be worried about what I'm grown. I'm good and grown. Been at my mama's house for I don't know how many years, baby. So leave me the hell alone. And mama, stop calling me, telling me about my damn self when it comes down to the internet. It is what it is, baby. It is what it is. So with that being said, holla at your motherfucking boy.
God damn, what a big old ass. What's the mathematics? What's the mathematics? Yo, mama, can a brother holler at you? Holler, holler, holler. Holler at you, holler, holler at you, holler at you, holler, 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 holler. You, brother, can a brother holler at you? I know a little, are you gay? I know a little homosexual Mexican would love to have you, boy. You spending bucks, big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. Love you, have you, love you, have you, love you, have you.
Love to have you, motherfuckers. Thank you for viewing the show. This is finna be a hell of a show. I had to say, fuck it, we are going live.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
Lord have mercy. I struggle like a motherfucker. I don't know what the hell's wrong with my ticker down here. That shit ain't moving, Lord. I ain't got that kind of time. If you're glitching, bitch, stop it, okay? And I know my
About this on the show.
Hold up, bitch. Nah, I wasn't ready for you to go ahead and move to the next subject, bitch. So you're going to have to sit your ass down and calm the hell down, computer. I know this bitch is nice and fast, but bitch, don't be that fast, okay? Slow your ass down, okay? But as I was getting ready to say, if you don't like what the hell is being said in this regular ass show, say it in the comments. Now you can go ahead, bastard.
About this on the show before. You have African American rappers saying N-word this and N-word that, but a Caucasian can't.
So say it.
Say what?
Say the word you want to say.
I'm not saying that I want to say it. I'm just saying that I can't.
Sure you can. Say it. Say it right now. I will say it with you.
Okay, this is hypocritical. You know we can't.
Sure you can. This is America. Both of you.
Ugh. This is fucking hypocritical. I'm slobbing like a motherfucker lately. What the hell's going on? My turn and retarded? Lord have mercy. Let's move on with the show, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're going to figure out who shot Biggie. But first and foremost, we cannot talk about Biggie without mentioning Tupac. So, let's go ahead first and figure out. In fact, Biggie Smalls isn't Biggie Smalls' real name. There was actually an original Biggie Smalls that was suing Biggie for everything that nigga had for stealing his name.
Got some papers in the mail. Original Biggie Smalls said he gonna sue me for everything I got if I use his name again. So please, nobody, if you see me, my name is the Notorious B.I.G. You can call me Big, Notorious Big, whatever. No more Biggie Smalls. That is dead.
Okay? And the original Biggie Smalls is, in fact, dead.
The real Biggie Smalls was a white teenager from California. Obviously, when you hear Biggie Smalls, you think of Christopher Wallace, but the rapper himself claims his name inspo came from the movie Let's Do It Again. The movie featured a gangster named Biggie Smalls, but neither Christopher nor the movie character are the real Biggie Smalls. That would be Tim Bigelow, a teenage rapper from LA. If you go on YouTube, there's 3 songs that pop up. Now, there wasn't much reason for Christopher to pay attention to his counterpart, aside from one little problem. Since Tim had already recorded and put out videos under the name Biggie Smalls, Christopher was never able to officially be known as Biggie Smalls. As if that wasn't weird enough, the original Biggie was actually connected with Tupac. Sadly, in '94, Tim Bigelow was tragically murdered while standing outside of a liquor store. Shaken by the murder of his friend, Tupac released a song, God Bless the Dead, where he shouts him out. This created confusion around the rap industry, as the more popular Biggie was alive and well. It became a source for a number of conspiracies after Christopher was killed just 3 years later. Throw me a follow if you didn't know this. And if you did, I'll settle for a like.
So Ravela, a homie of mine, texts me why my videos are so zoomed in. Well, ma'am, it's because that I still, I can't say this out loud. I use videos that's on YouTube, okay, and fair use, as far as little clips and shorts. I've done a few clips that I did the actual work and edited them bitches, so they are on full screen. We will get there as we go on, but we still got some raggedy ass shorts that have been extended full wise, so when I do edit these into clips, I can bring down the size and it looks normal, okay? But I'm just a raggedy, lazy bastard. That's pretty much why the hell that is the case, okay? And Deuce Bigelow, suing Biggie for everything he got. Oh, brother, please. Well, I mean, the nigga died, so Biggie, we can still refer to Biggie Smalls as indeed Biggie Smalls. Okay? This is why Tupac and Biggie photo is so important.
The men in this 1993 photo are widely considered to be 2 of the greatest rappers to have ever lived. The one on the left is 20-year-old up-and-coming rapper named Christopher George Wallace, a young street hustler who is starting to create a buzz in the hip-hop world for his unique style while seeking guidance from the man on the right.
But I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world.
Tupac Amaru Shakur is a prominent name in the hip-hop community following the release of his successful debut album. Recent movie roles and a number of controversial run-ins with the law has helped to create an air of notoriety and love from the streets. Now, it's believed the man behind the camera is a 36-year-old movie director who is very well known for documenting iconic black stories. If you zoom out of the original image, you'll notice something else. Who's the guy in the corner?
Okay, so that nigga is Marlon Wayans, which we're going to cover in the next exact clip. But apparently, you got, what's that nigga name? Knicks fan. I see the nigga face clear as day. He done made many of the movies. Spike Lee. That's it, motherfucker. Spike Lee. Apparently, Spike Lee was the nigga who took that photo of Biggie and Tupac together, which we have rare photos of Biggie and Tupac actually together. And apparently Marlon Wayans was right next to them. Let's see what Marlon Wayans got to say about that.
I had just did Above the Rim with Tupac, and Tupac did a movie Juice with my best friend Omar Epps. And so Pac was out performing at Glam Slam, which was Prince's old club downtown. And Biggie was performing that night. And so that night I met Biggie and Pac, and they shared the stage, and it was like really cool and hanging out and smoking weed together. It was a great night. And then a couple of years after that, they started beefing.
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Here's the crazy thing. I see Tupac in Vegas at the Luxor, went and gave him a hug, said, I love you, brother, good seeing you. Me, him, and Omar, me and Omar got in a cab. He got in this BMW, and he was looking at us like, I wish I could get in that cab with y'all. But he got in that BMW, bop, bop, bop. 20 minutes later, he was shot. So I seen Biggie, and he gave us dap or whatever, and he said, keep doing what you're doing, kid. And then 10 minutes later, I heard bop, bop, bop. Biggie gets shot.
No.
I don't know why this nigga said, no, oh my God, tell me more. Like the shit didn't actually happen, nigga. No. Yeah, nigga, you okay. That is not hard to believe, nigga. You was there in the scenes with these niggas. And to be fair, like I've expressed before, the beef between Tupac and Biggie was actually fake. That shit wasn't real. But that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Hey, get money. Hey, that's one of the best motherfucking diss songs in the world. Okay? And let's take a look at Tupac being interviewed before his death.
What's up next for you after this project?
Forward, up, faster, bigger, taller. Got things that's in front of me, but I won't know till I step in it.
God damn, well that nigga stepped in some shit, I'll tell you that. And the nigga wasn't incorrect. Bigger, stronger, faster. If you could sit to the upper room, nigga, you gonna be, and Tupac icon and the legend that he is blew up. He's one of the most influential rappers and the nigga was only 26. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Imagine if that nigga spent 20 more motherfucking years here on earth, how he would be and what he would be. So that nigga was dead on. Let's take a look at P. Diddy, former bodyguard, Gene Deal, on Tupac actually being
the same
set up. I'm sorry, my fingers are just clicking too motherfucking fast.
The same people that Puffy, Biggie, and Bad Boy was using as protection when they came to LA, it's the same people that just happened to get into a fight with Tupac in Vegas. To me, man, that's a hell of a coincidence, man. I don't know about that yet.
I don't think anything is coincidental. Why would you tell the littlest in the crew that these are the guys who took my chain? Is over there on the other side of the casino, by the elevators. Why you didn't go tell Suge? Why you didn't tell one of the bouncers? One of the securities? One of the bodyguards? Did anybody ever question him? Why you gonna tell the man who make all the money for us? That's a setup. They was setting that boy up, man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Me and Puffy, we was friends. So understand one thing. In the streets, when you're known as the best, you become a trophy. Everybody wants the trophy.
Would you like to come play?
Yay! So, I did a video expressing that, showing basically Tupac expressing that the beef between him and Biggie was actually orchestrated by Diddy and Suge Knight. Okay. I don't think that P. Diddy actually tried to get Suge. Goddamn. I don't think P. Diddy actually tried to get Biggie killed. I don't think personally. I do believe that Suge Knight wasn't too far removed from exactly wanting Tupac killed. Okay? I don't think that they had the level of relationship between each other that P. Diddy and Biggie had. But I do know that Diddy wouldn't have been sad if Tupac got killed. And in my honest belief, Biggie got killed as a result of Tupac. Because of that orchestrated beef, that ended up blowing up to something more that ended up getting both of them niggas killed. And in my personal opinion, if that was a part of Diddy's whole plan to eventually get Tupac killed and this correlation between Biggie, actually hearing, if you listen to the Gene Deal interview, Gene Deal goes into detail how they heard that there was a hit out on them, not necessarily money on their head, but niggas out trying to come kill their ass. And Diddy was moving in a way that was not basically like a nigga wasn't coming after to kill his ass, which we're gonna get into. Diddy was all out here in the streets, all acting like didn't give a fuck about niggas wanting to come kill them. Specifically him. Which is why, furthermore, when Biggie stopped at the red light, he's in the passenger seat, but when they stopped at the red light, Diddy kept driving through the light. The security guard told the driver to run through all lights. Why the fuck didn't Biggie get the memo? Why wasn't that pushed on Biggie if Diddy, security guard, said run through all lights? If they're all together, why wasn't that displayed? I find that very interesting. So I can't put it past Diddy to not use Biggie as a fall to die in the process of still making money after him. And we already covered in my clips that are going fucking viral on Instagram that Biggie still has an unreleased album that he was working on right before he died. And that album would have pushed him, got him out of his contract with Bad Boy. If he dies beforehand, then P. Diddy makes millions of dollars off of Biggie's music. If you still have his music and him retained to Bad Boy, and the person dies, not only is that going to be create a legend, but people are going to listen to his music for the end of time. Hence why we are in 2023 still listening to Biggie. And guess who the fuck is making money off of all that shit? Ding, 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 P. Diddy. Okay, let's take a look at Biggie's reaction to Tupac death. And specifically, let's take a look at P. Diddy's reaction.
It's a strong dude, yo. I know Duke, you know what I'm saying? He's real strong. So when it was like he got shot, I was just more like, again? You know what I'm saying? He always getting shot or shot at. He gonna pull through this one again, make a few records about it, and it's gonna be over, you know what I'm saying? But when he died, I was just like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Kind of took me by, you know, even though we was going through our drama, I would never wish death on nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no coming back from that.
The fact that that nigga was knowledgeable and understanding of death and understanding that, hell, if he died, he wouldn't come the fuck back. Okay? But now, this is the clip where I actually want you to pay attention to Diddy's reaction.
The police don't want to find out who shot me. They happy.
I mean, my recollection of the story was I was shooting a video, the second half of Warning, which is on the B side of Big Papa. And I was shooting that around the block, and I heard my man was up at the studio doing a Junior Mafia session. So I got off at the reception area, and I saw Andre and Little Sean. So I saw him saying, what's up to me? I'm about to get on the elevator, and he comes out shot.
The Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, he dissed my man, said my man turned his back on him, and I know for a fact that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? And like the rumors that's spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy.
Got different accounts of what happened, and I'm the one with the bullet wounds. It's not important that other people know what happened to me. I just said it. Now that I said it, it's dead. You can believe me or not believe me. I did what I had to do.
All right, so let's unpack this real quick. So, Tupac felt like he was set up. If there's a party at a studio and only select people know, then if you were to get shot up at that said studio, how is it? I mean, somebody in the motherfucking party had to have something to do with this. It's my thinking, if I go to a party where multiple celebrities are at, the moment I show up, I get shot. And they're all upstairs. But he looked at Biggie as the issue. And this is where the beef actually started between the two. Tupac gets shot, Tupac lives, and blames Biggie for the shooting. And this is Biggie expressing that he did not set up Tupac.
Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? And the rumors that's spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. It's ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But I also understand that if you was to get shot 5 times, the mind is just completely spinning, you know what I'm saying? You're real confused about your situation. So it'll cause you to say things that you really don't mean.
And I feel that too. You get shot. I mean, hell, everybody did it in this motherfucker. But what I'm confused about is why, after Tupac getting shot, if he blames Biggie, why would he call Biggie and ask him to retrieve his gun from the piano that was at the studio?
He has his gun that he came to the studio with. He hides it in the piano. And then what everybody don't know is that Pac called Big after that incident, right? And said, Big, I left my gun in the studio. Send somebody to get it. So I sent 2 people up to the studio. One of them is the only person who had access because it was taped off, being investigated. He called this man and said, yo, Big, you know, but everybody want to make it seem like Big set Tupac up in the studio.
Okay, so that's very interesting. Tupac calls Biggie to retrieve his gun from the piano after the nigga was shot. Okay, cool. So that would make sense why Tupac would think somebody at the party set him up. I'm right there with Tupac. Somebody at the party had to set Tupac up because he put his gun in the piano. Originally, his first thought was not to blame Biggie, hence why he called him. But what about Diddy? What is the likelihood and the chances of Diddy being responsible? Understanding that he emulated and wanted to be like Tupac so bad that he's stuck around the same women as him. Diddy stuck around the same women or tried to get with the same women that Tupac had. He tried to do certain things, certain mannerisms, wearing Versace, which is what Tupac was known for. You fucking wearing Versace, you copied my style? I took it and smiled, okay? But what also stands out to me when after hearing that clip, if you want to be down with Bad Boy, well, fuck you too. Kino XL, fuck you too. All you motherfuckers. Fuck you too. Y'all know where that's from? Hit 'em up, baby. If you want to be bad, if you want to be down with Bad Boy, well, fuck you too. So maybe the beef between Tupac and Biggie was established by Tupac's distrust for P. Diddy. And since you want to be down with Bad Boy, well then fuck you too, Biggie. It being pushed by the labels to continue on that beef. Tupac's getting on stage being disrespectful.
Niggas shot me 5 times. I came out of jail and sold 5 million. Them niggas can't fuck with us. That fat fuck only sold 2 million. He had half of New York rapping on this shit. I fucked this bitch and sold 5 million. That's death row style. West side. Fat motherfucking Biggie came in the gang gonna try to cross a nigga. Then they gonna make a song called LA, LA. The niggas don't know they gangbang in LA. They love fighting. Stupid fucks. Drop, hit him up, that nigga quiet as fuck. He ain't got shit to say. His wife pregnant, that nigga wait like an expectant father not knowing who the baby is. The world don't know I use the rubber, so it ain't mine. I ain't wanna fuck that fat bitch no way. But you know that's the secret to war. He my enemy, so she'll die.
Yo, that motherfucker's cold-blooded. Do you understand what that nigga was saying? So in Hit 'Em Up, he comes at fucking Biggie's hand. I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Fucked your bitch and the click your clang. West side, when we ride, coming quick with game. You playing to be a player, but I fucked your wife. We bust some bad boys, nigga, fuck for life. Okay? Okay? That's where like, oh shit, he fucked Faith Evans, his wife, Biggie's wife? Oh my God. The nigga's talking about she's pregnant now. He might have actually fucked her wife. I mean, there was pictures of them 2 niggas in the studio and shit. And you know, in 2023, when you work in the studio with a bitch, you're probably fucking her. Giving R. Kelly, Usher, and all these other motherfuckers. You got Chris Brown working with Rihanna, they been fucking. You understand me? So that's not too opposed to reality. And then the nigga goes far and say, I used the rubber so the baby ain't mine. You're adding certain details. You're talking about, I didn't even want to fuck that fat bitch. Okay? This nigga's adding details that if a nigga was lying, wouldn't be adding. You get what I'm saying? Like certain things that Tupac is expressing, they might be a little real. I'm just saying. You sitting there waiting to be a motherfucking father, not knowing that the baby might not be yours. And the baby ain't mine, so don't get it twisted because I used the rubber on that bitch. Niggas don't say that if they lying, okay? I done heard some niggas lie talking about smashing a bitch and the details was nothing of that nature, okay? So Tupac might have smashed that nigga's bitch. Tupac explains that there is no beef. Interesting.
All right, it's Tupac. Just finished throwing up. We're back. That was the Notorious B.I.G. with Big Papa. You know, just kidding. Everything's all good. All the peoples in the East Coast that still represent, that still keep the love for me, I appreciate it. Don't take none of this serious. I love all my peeps, East Coast and West Coast. Let's keep it strong. Death Row in the house. We the new Notorious Death Row. Go buy the album. I see y'all. We out.
Interesting. So he's like kind of throwing shots. I was just throwing up in the back with the Notorious B.I.G. talking about fighting, of course. But I'm just kidding. We ain't got no real beef. Okay. But when you are on stage, talking the way you talking and doing songs like that, it can tend to offend. And I'm sure it hurt Biggie.
Yo, so where was you the first time that you heard that record?
I think we set the call. Big heard it and he was pissed. But then he was like, if anybody do a record responding to that shit, don't bother calling me, don't bother coming around me. You know, Big was mad, but he was hurt too. Like, damn, dog, like, you coming at me like this, like, that was Big friend. Big was more hurt than anything, you know what I mean? So that's why he didn't want to do no record and all. He was just like, you know what? I'm busy. Let me just continue to work. I'm not going to even sweat that shit, you know what I mean?
Make sure you motherfuckers is watching this shit hit the goddamn like, because that's the only way my video's gonna go anywhere. If you just watch them, I appreciate that, but it don't mean shit nowadays. You must like, you must share, and you must comment in order for you to make an impact on your view being counted. I'm so sorry that YouTube had to put you to this bullshit because you took your time to watch this shit in the first place. But as a viewer, you have responsibilities, and that is your responsibility that you must do. You can like, maybe even comment, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna go as far to force you niggas to share, but I want you to do those two goddamn things, because I will stop doing this shit if that's the case. And niggas seem to be liking my little clips because they go in semi-viral for my po black ass. And I appreciate that. Hence why I'm go ahead and doing the Who Shot Biggie, which we finna get into. But Jane Deal exposes the truth about Faith Evans as far as the story might be true.
I'm a firm believer, man. You don't tell a man how to f his wife, and you don't tell a man how to spend his money. So I can't tell Big how to treat his woman, and if he's out there, you know, fucking everything that's moving, doing everything that's moving, whatever she do, that's between them two, bruh. That's their relationship. But what I can say is that it affected Big enough, so when we saw Faith in Philly, he grabbed up in her shit and took her in his room. Now, was I gonna stop it? Yeah, I tried to stop it. And then I had to realize that's that man's wife. Did Faith play a part in it and she's changing her story? Come on, who didn't know Pac wasn't in death row and out of jail? She said she didn't know. You had to be blind, crippled, and crazy wearing a motherfucking yellow bus with a helmet on your head not to know that at the time.
And to be clear, around this time, Biggie kept getting caught cheating. If you watch the Notorious movie, which I should have done before I did this show, and with all the goddamn technical difficulties, but then my bitch ass friends wanted me to get on the game system instead, I figured out the problem, okay? But I'm going off old memory banks. Biggie was cheating on Faith Evans like there was no tomorrow, even before she ended up pregnant. So if you keep getting caught cheating, don't be surprised if your wife fucks around and cheats. Hence the Tupac situation. So her not knowing that he was in jail and got him taken out or picked up by Suge Knight and joining death row. Bitch, and you in the music industry? Now come on now. Biggie choked that bitch, strangled her ass in the bedroom and all that shit. It wasn't pretty. And Jane Deal was there. If you ever watch the movie right after the show, take a look at the damn movie. You'll see all these things play out. And exactly what happened specifically in Philly. When he grabbed that bitch, Jane Deal was there. Thought about stepping in and realized that was his wife. And you bet not get in between a man and his wife. Bitch is a different story. Girlfriend, side bitch is a different story. But wife, oh, he'll kill everybody for that hoe. Okay, so you just go ahead and let him do what he got to do, and then y'all pick up the pieces afterwards. So Tupac explains what started the Tupac beef.
We all chilling.
Right.
We on the West Coast. Tupac brought Biggie with him. We rocking. We let Cub get down with us. We go in the back, smoke, chill, hang out. It's beautiful.
When did it go sideways?
Once Pac got shot. When he got shot, he felt like they did it, but...
And this was when he got shot in New York.
Yeah.
Before he got shot in Vegas.
There you go right there.
Yeah.
And now...
So he felt like someone from the West Coast was involved.
No.
Or from the East Coast, rather. Excuse me.
Yes.
And later information came out that the people that he thought did it had nothing to do with it.
So by him accusing people of it, it kind of set things off.
And then by him being bailed out by Death Row Records, and Death Row Records adding more gasoline to the fire, and him being a part of the most gangsterous label in the world that his opposition didn't want no issues with.
Right.
It only egged it on, as opposed to, let's find a resolution. No, let's keep making it more of a problem. Right.
So it was literally a misunderstanding that was pushed by the labels. Oh, well, I'm hard. I'm a gangster, nigga. You not finna bitch me out, fuck, nigga. I ain't do it. And you got niggas like, well, you did do it, nigga. Somebody come in the side like, here's some information about the niggas who actually did it. They looking at it like, well, bitch, I don't get, you still did it, nigga. That's the tune. That's what happened. Oh, yeah? Putting gasoline on the fire. Oh, yeah, motherfucker. Both sides. And then both the top main niggas end up dying for it. And the whole goal was to push the money. It's all about money at the end of the day. That's what the whole fucking thing was about. The beef, all of that shit. Oh, East Coast. Y'all unite, come against this West Coast. West Coast unite, and then we clash. And in that clash comes music, comes entertainment, comes these award shows with us being near each other. But let's get further in. Biggie Smalls' last interview about Tupac.
I never hated nobody from the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? It was a personal beef, you know what I'm saying? And I figure like this, that man has passed away. We just need to just let that be it. I kind of recognize the power that me and Tupac had to be able to have a personal problem with each other and wage a East Coast, West Coast beef. I mean, that's a coast against a coast. Just two regular dudes, you know? So since he's gone, I think I got to take his place and my place to take all the power I can to just squash it.
That's the problem that ended up getting him killed. Because we covered in the previous show and in clips, take a look at our shorts if you ain't got that time to be watching through these long ass videos. Tupac plan was to join with Biggie and create their own distributional music service. And the problem with that is that you're cutting out all the major players that is involved in the first place that established this music culture. See, it's very hard to be a musician, especially an independent musician, because you don't have the tools to advertise. Somehow, these labels find their way into our people's ears, our social medias. Back in the day, it was CDs and tape players. They had the tools to get the fucking products to the people. Independent artists, especially me, are unknown when it comes down to music because we don't have the advertised tools that these labels have. So you have a lot of young artists itching to sign for labels, not understanding that if you sign to a fucking label, they're going to take all of the music and have ownership of the music that you work so hard, you write, and you record. Hell, you can even construct their own music, and the label takes all of it, giving you a small percentage of that earnings. While they make billions of dollars off of your music, you only get crumbs, which is a few million. To broke niggas, that's amazing. But in the longevity of it and what your art can actually sell when pushed in the right directions, these labels are fucking raping these artists. So in situations where these guys realize their power, as far as Tupac and Biggie, understanding that they can wage a fucking war between two fucking coasts of the country, that, hey, let me take this power and do what the fuck I want instead of living under the narrative of somebody else. Dude, we are speaking facts in this place. If it's too much for you to handle, get the hell out of here. I think that's why some family members of mine can't handle it, because it's too raw and truthful. As some niggas say, this is pure uncut cocaine in this motherfucker. We are telling straight facts of this bitch with speculation, trying to come to an allegation and determine whether those allegations are true. Can I get an amen in the comments? Amen. Let's take a look, because my understanding is that these two power heads got they two niggas removed because they were getting ready to gain too much power. If they're trying to take ownership, Tupac was going even far to change his name to Machiavelli, to not go by Tupac, because I'm sure Tupac was owned by Death Row. Look at the facts here. I might be unveiling too much truth. We're not even halfway through the motherfucking show, and it's getting deep in this hole. P. Diddy gets awkward when asked if he had something to do with Tupac's death.
Documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because you listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody to kill Pac? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, if someone said, did you kill somebody? And I know I did not. I'd be like, of course, that's fucking nonsense. Look at the facts. Look where I was at. I had nothing to do with it. I was at this place. There's no absolute reason why that should be about me. But for a nigga that don't want to talk about it, niggas that usually say no comment are usually niggas who's guilty about the shit that can say some shit that's incriminating. So I don't even want to entertain that shit. Yeah, nigga, whatever, yeah. Yeah. Like, it bothers you? If you didn't do it, nigga, you didn't do it. But that's not what he said. I find that very interesting. Did Tupac actually have something to do with it? And there was sayings around that he put $2 million on Suge Knight. Oh, I'm sorry, $1 million on Suge Knight and Tupac's head. But we understand that the fight between Tupac jumping Orlando Anderson, the same guys who killed Tupac, that's a clear reason why that should happen. But according to Keefy D, he said that P. Diddy put $1 million on Tupac's head. He paid it. He did it through this other drug dealer who took the money, and that nigga never paid me for it. And because Diddy doesn't have any record of it, because Diddy did it through an actual drug dealer, it comes to say, who shot you? Patrick Chapman, goddammit, Captain Chapman is in the motherfucking building. You understand me? So, with that being said, that gives P. Diddy some room to not take any blame for it, especially when there's no record of him paying. But the question is, did Puffy pay $1 million on Tupac's head?
What do you think may have been said by Puffy, who have interest in taking out Tupac and Suge?
I don't think Puffy really had this objective, like, I want these guys assassinated, what do you want? And, I think it was just much more nuanced, like out of fear and desperation. And sometimes out of fear and desperation, you say things that are a little over-exaggerated. So I think out of that fear, he's like, man, I got a problem with these guys. Just that, like, out of fear. Take care of this problem, make it go away. Yeah, no worries, And then Keefy says, well, we wanted $1 million. I'll do this. How much you gonna give me? Okay, all right, let's shake on it. It wasn't like that. These are just a couple guys sitting around talking shit. Keefy's like, whatever, man. Keefy's already rolling in money at the time. So I said, yeah, whatever. We'll take care of him, and I expect you to pay me something.
That makes all the fucking sense in the world. So, there is record of Gene Deal, the nigga bodyguard, who I have full trust and honesty in because of the shit that he said that is recorded, that is on record, that you can see. Gene Deal has been the most credible nigga that's been speaking on this out of everybody, including the cop that you just seen talking, who unveiled who actually killed Tupac. Based on Keefy D's testimony that Orlando Anderson, his nephew, shot and killed Tupac in response to Tupac jumping his ass at the MGM Grand with death row people. And Orlando Anderson apparently stole and snatched the nigga's death row chain off. Tupac's like, I'm not having that shit. I'm finna ride for death row. Goes and fight the nigga. This is all recorded. Tupac started kicking that nigga, then death row comes, starts stumping that nigga, and that is why Orlando Anderson wanted to specifically take out Tupac. But maybe the motive was put in place by P. Diddy saying that he put $1 million on Tupac's head. With Gene Deal, as I was mentioning, saying Tupac said verbatim, which I have a clip of. Make sure you niggas hit the like. Captain Chapman, hit the like, goddammit. That's the only way my video is gonna go far. Gene Deal said that he heard Diddy expressing Something got to change. I don't care if Tupac gotta die. I don't care if my main man Biggie gotta die. That's how serious it is. And I don't care if fucking Suge Knight gotta go his ass to jail. Something got to change. That is verbatim what Gene Deal, his personal bodyguard, said that Diddy said. So given that information, because he was that desperate, he would allow for his main man Biggie to die, which actually happened. He didn't care if Tupac died to stop whatever was going on that they were trying to do, which in my opinion was them trying to get out. And didn't care if Suge went to jail. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, all of that shit actually happened. Tupac died first, Biggie died right after, and as years went on, Suge Knight ended his ass in jail. And guess who's living the best fucking life who is untouched by the whole damn thing? P. Diddy. P. Diddy. Patrick Chapman says, question, do you think killing Biggie was you use too much of a big word. I can't read that online. You done embarrass me, nigga. Now these niggas know I'm really retarded as hell. Of not paying up for the Tupac hit? Yes. Yes. Could be. Because personally, I do not think that he wanted necessarily Biggie to die. He wasn't opposed to it, but I don't think he actually wanted it to happen. And that is, I mean, shit. What did you say? Collateral damage. That's what Biggie was. Yes, reaction. Sorry. Repercussion is what he said. Okay, I'm retarded as hell. It took me a couple minutes to get it together. Okay. Anyway, I got niggas texting me and shit. My main man in the motherfucking comments. Thank you, Captain Chapman. I goddamn appreciate you, man. But yeah, this shit here is fishy. I mean, this shit here is fishy as a motherfucker, okay? Fishier than the motherfucking sea. Biggie Smalls talk about being scared to death. And this one shit gets real, especially after Tupac is killed. Biggie starts feeling the pressure because him and Tupac were working together to get out. That got Tupac killed. So Biggie already felt like he was getting ready to die. Let's take a look at what Biggie says.
It is. I think somebody's trying to kill me. I'll be waking up paranoid. I'll be really scared. I'll just be paranoid. That's just the way I am. You know. You see me? Scared to death.
Bro, that's sad as fuck, bro. That's sad as fuck, bro. Fuck. That's tough, bro. The nigga knew what was going on, bro. And it's because of what actually was behind the scenes that not everybody understand and know. God damn, make this video blow up. We telling the truth out here, god damn it. We are telling the truth out here. And Lord, this is only speculation and allegations. Please, I don't take none of this shit as true. Think about it. Speculate about it. But I am not confident. Well, I am, but I'm not confident on record about any of this. This is not slander. This is only speculation and allegations and conspiracies. So please do not come for my black ass. I must say though, just in case you niggas think I'm a hoe, I got 9mm out there the wazoo. I got bullets every motherfucking where. Got guns, well, every motherfucking where. Try it if you want to, nigga. Go ahead, I got a red dot and I got a green dot. Which one you want, nigga? You can have both at the same damn time. I got a flash on that motherfucker too. So I will say, freeze, please! Quicker than hell. Knowing damn well I ain't no goddamn police. Okay? So I wish you niggas would please don't come for my black ass. If one of these niggas kill me, no, I am not suicidal. I love my life. I love my children. So understand, I am healthy as an ox. So if I end up randomly having pneumonia and dying at the age of 27 or 28 years old, motherfucker, I'm turning 28 on Monday, niggas. then goddamn it, God bless me. Please, Lord, let me get past 27. Because I know a lot of niggas done died at the age of 27. So let me get to 28. And hopefully I can live to see 35 in the name of Jesus. All right, let's continue on with the show. Biggie Smalls then dies at the peak of his fame.
After a brief stint in jail for dealing cocaine in North Carolina, the notorious B.I.G., born Christopher Wallace, released his first demo tape in 1992. Before the year's end, B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls, had been signed to Sean Combs' label, Bad Boy Records. Over the course of his career, he released 2 critically acclaimed studio albums, worked with icons such as R. Kelly and Michael Jackson, and developed a vicious rivalry with Tupac Shakur. In 1997, however, after leaving a party in Los Angeles, Smalls was shot dead at a red light by an unidentified gunman. This marked the end of the East Coast-West Coast feud which had enveloped the hip-hop world. To this day, the mysterious circumstances of that night have inspired endless speculation and countless conspiracy theories.
Patrick Chapman says, how long after that clip did he die? I don't know. But it had to be after Tupac had already died. And understanding what this clip just said, once Biggie officially died, that ended the East Coast, West Coast beef. But my thing is, thinking on it on its head, if the East, as far as Biggie, didn't necessarily have smoke, but it was pushed by the label, once Tupac died, then the East didn't really have anything else against the West. I mean, unless it was Suge Knight, of course, but actively, once your homie died, the main niggas who was pushing the two beefs, are you going to continue pushing? I mean, I'm just saying. So it makes sense that the West, them niggas was like, nah, nigga, you killed Biggie. You had something to do with it, nigga. It's rumors that you was trying to get us killed. It was rumors that you was paying niggas to snatch death row chains. It's rumors that P. Diddy and Orlando Anderson and Keefe D were all familiar with each other. So that's not a mystical. I think P. Diddy has something to do with the death of Tupac, but didn't inform Biggie of that decision. Hence why Biggie actually had a relationship with Tupac under the scenes. That had to get out. There had to be whispers of that. We got Patrick Chapman saying, a vicious rivalry? They were homies, were they not? Yes, they were. In fact, like I covered before, you got to check out some of my clips. I posted that Tupac and Biggie were actually planning on starting their own music distribution to give the artists more power over their music. And we've heard of that before. The same thing that Tidal was trying to do as far as Jay-Z. We've heard of this before. Patrick Chapman said the beef was for the media. Was it? Yeah, it clearly was. Because the niggas didn't have beef. We just covered in the clip a couple minutes ago that Tupac, yeah, I mean, I was just fighting with Biggie in the back, but I'm just kidding. I don't have no beef with him. He said that on record. You can clearly tell that Biggie didn't have the same smoke, number one, because he didn't have anything to do with Tupac getting shot up in the first place. And then number two, because he thought he had a relationship with him, wouldn't you be hurt? If your homie suggested you had something to do with potentially killing him and you didn't, you would be hurt. You'll be a little fucked up. Especially when a nigga say he fucked your wife and then his other response is to be hurt and not send out a message. P. Diddy takes claim to saying, no, we're not going to respond to that. But Biggie himself was like, nah, I'm not in it. Anybody who fucking make a tape in response trying to defend us, I'm not fucking with you. That doesn't show that nigga intentionally at any point tried to play that game of the East Coast, West Coast, only in the fact of defending himself as far as Biggie. Biggie never made a track. Who Shot You wasn't a response to Tupac. Because Who Shot You came out first when Tupac was in jail. That's when Tupac heard it. He gets bailed out of jail for $1 million by Suge Knight and Death Row, officially on record, the Death Row Company, because Suge Knight had to go to several entities to even get that money to get Tupac out. In response, that would have to pay for that debt and give him a couple albums under Death Row. Tupac didn't even make that kind of money like that yet. He was getting fucking taken. It all makes perfect sense to me. It makes perfect sense. And you got loudmouth ass niggas like Tupac and Biggie. Oh no, Tupac for sure. So, in your opinion, how accurate was the movie in reference to the details of Biggie and Tupac, Notorious? Well, see, it's hard for me to answer that question because I haven't seen the Notorious movie in a minute. I did see the Tupac one recently, which inspired my Tupac show. I suggest you niggas check that out. It was very interesting and revealing. Because we covered 7 months before Keefe D got his ass locked up that Keefe D and Orlando Anderson was responsible. I broke that news early, and that video got no motherfucking views. So I think it was pretty close enough, especially with Biggie's standpoint. I think they did a pretty good job of trying to get Biggie's standpoint, and they never portrayed Biggie as a nigga like that. Like, that would do, you know, anything harmful. He looked hurt. If you watch the whole Biggie movie, that nigga, every accurate detail, even from him choking Faith Evans' ass up for those allegations, I believe are true. And Gene Deal confirmed as such, as well as Lil C's, who was in the car with Biggie when he heard Hit 'Em Up for the first time. So yeah, I believe that was as accurate as fuck from Biggie's standpoint. But here's the thing. This goes in correlation to what the clip showed of Biggie being afraid of his death. Here's reasons why.
Los Angeles police are investigating.
When Biggie was down in LA, it wasn't the first time he'd been set up on the West Coast. A few years earlier, Big and his entourage arrived for a last-minute booking in Sacramento.
We get there, it's a little weird. Not a lot of people here. It's maybe 10, 15 people at the most.
This shit don't feel right.
So Big goes on. All of a sudden, they start throwing coins at us.
You ever had coins thrown at you on stage?
We head out, get to the back. The limousine is there, but the driver's gone. And you just hear.
Let me pause here and explain what led to this standoff. A few months earlier, Big gave an interview to the Canadian publication Peace. He was asked to rate other rappers from his era, but when it came to West Coast legend D40, he gave him no rating.
0, bruh.
Which brings us back to the standoff in Sacramento.
I got a call from my folks. Fody, I got this Biggie down here. What you want me to do with this?
I said, you know what? Get that man on the phone.
He put me on the phone. Biggie like, man, they got me real drunk, man, and I just got to saying anything, man. I say, put my folks on the phone.
I'm gonna hold you down till you leave my city.
Biggie was obviously had, because of the fucking West Coast and East Coast beef, anything being said would have been construed in a bad way. And I don't understand why Biggie would keep going to LA if you keep having these instances when you know you're not safe. That's not even where you from, bro. And you're having a war between the two. Maybe it's just ignorance. Bro, I got power, bro. I'm safe. But Biggie was warned to leave LA when he got shot.
It was recently revealed that Biggie was warned to leave LA on the day that he passed away.
He asked me, he said, what do you think I should do? I got some shows in London, in UK. Should I stay here or leave? I said, leave. Come back another time. Because they don't like you out here. And they're very volatile. And guns, they, like, motherfuckers will walk up and shoot people. Literally. Like, you asking a question that's real. Like, I'm in a car with Biggie and he asking me this. If it's too soon, he asked me, stay or leave. I said, leave, Big. If he would have left, it would have blew over, and I felt Biggie Smalls would have been alive to this day.
Sermon later knocked on his hotel room door and broke the news to Keith Murray. Following the fatal shooting, a meeting took place during which Murray says someone close to Biggie told them that they knew who was responsible for his murder. He recounted telling the crew that they should avenge their slain friend that night.
See, like it's very edgy. That's why I'm edgy right now. You talk about Big and Pac. It's a Keith Murray interview. But Big is my man, and he got killed out there like that. And the dude who said they know who killed him, now they saying, okay, I have the police know, but they say, yo, but we would have got them guns and we would have popped somebody that night in the name of Big. Word bond. Word to God.
I use that clip in fair use. Please do not strike my video down, Lord. It's only in fair use. I try to cut it up, shorten it up as much as I can. That clip does not express the full entirely of the show, and I could have went without that clip. I just appreciate y'all for making that content and me using it. Hopefully y'all don't strike me down in the name of getting the truth out, which is what y'all trying to do. I'm just a young black bastard trying to come up, okay? So please help your boy and don't strike me down in the name of Jesus, okay? But that's very interesting. He was warned to leave. and decided to stay. When he was really supposed to be somewhere else. I think that was London or some shit. Nigga, if Biggie was in London, he would still be alive today. And not taking his black ass to the East Coast. And look at this sad shit here. The 911 call of Biggie last minutes, or being shot in the last minutes of Biggie's life.
911 emergency, what are you reporting? Yeah, we need an ambulance on Fairfax and Wilshire. Please, Los Angeles. We have a man shot. We're in the car right now. We're rolling to the hospital right now. I don't know. I'm not from here. I'm from New York. Yeah, you gotta go back. You gotta turn around, Jimmy. You're going the wrong way. Hey, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? What's wrong? What kind of car was it? Big, you hear me, baby?
Oh shit, my mic was off the whole goddamn time. Lord, thank you, Patrick Chapman, for keeping my ass in the loop. That shit's sad. Patrick Chapman says, cause he had no bad intentions, and again, it was the little people starting their problems. Well, nigga, I don't think it was the little people. I think it was, these niggas weren't little. I mean, the major players in the motherfucking game. Yeah, they got them niggas killed, okay? So yeah, yeah. They were the ones pushing that. And then Patrick Chapman continues to say, and he was going to LA because he wasn't having bad intentions. And I get that people ain't like him, but damn. Yeah, I mean, I get that. But bro, you gotta be aware of your fucking surroundings. If you know you got killers out here in these streets, nigga, then you got, hey, goddamn. Thank y'all, Charlie and Patrick, for fucking holding me down and telling me you can't hear me. Because if there was no niggas in here, my show would have been fucked to hell. So I thank you niggas, okay? After that clip, I couldn't hear you. Well, thank you, nigga. I appreciate that. I hear you niggas, and I see you niggas. Thank you for getting in the comments and saying something. The intersection where Biggie got shot.
What's good, everyone? This is Nathan S. from RefinedHype.com and DJBooth.net. And today, I'm in Los Angeles at the corner of Wilshire Boulevard and Fairfax Avenue, the spot where 13 years ago today, the notorious B.I.G. lost his life. In the early morning of March 9th, Biggie and his crew exited the Peterson Automotive Museum there, proceeded north on Fairfax, where they stopped at the intersection, at which point the assailant's vehicle pulled up alongside their right side, fired approximately 6 to 10 shots, and then fled east on Wilshire, after which Biggie's crew drove west on Wilshire to Cedars-Sinai Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. This is the intersection that changed hip-hop forever.
God damn. And you guys don't see the diagram that we're going to end up showing later in the show. But damn. I'm just seeing that street and seeing what actually happened and knowing where the placements of these people were. That street and that time in history changed hip-hop for fucking ever. Patrick Chapman clarifies. He said, I meant not to Pat and Biggie, but that crew that showed up for E40 protected him after talking to him. Yeah, of course, it was a little people starting the shit, but at the end of the day, they did wait for the big niggas. And I think that as far as the head honchos and Suge Knight and Tupac, them as far as Suge Knight and P. Diddy pushing the fire, they allowed for their homies and their main mans to get killed. At the end of the day, they were the ones clearly pushing the tote, and it was collateral damage for both fucking stars. Especially with them trying to rebel and trying to have their own shit going on. And it wasn't as much as of a rebellion from Tupac and Death Row, because he was going to Death Row East. He made that point of going to Death Row East. I mean, so in his last clips of him expressing that they're going to try to go global all around the world. Of course, he's pressing the beef. Oh, we're going to go global and show the Death Rows them real motherfuckers. Okay? But Tupac was still expecting some kind of money from Suge Knight, which is what we covered in the actual Tupac show. I really suggest y'all check that out, because it was really lit for me to cover that information, and then for 7 months later for Keefe D to get arrested for that same information that I fucking uncovered, okay, with all my research that we pushed together. So I'm just saying, niggas, this ain't far-fetched information. We only using what we know with the little instances of this story and piecing together what the hell the truth is. That's all we doing. So, yeah. Tupac speaks about Biggie and Puffy.
I know that Biggie and Puffy are here tonight. Did you see them? Do you have anything to say to them at all?
Nah, but even if we saw them, we are businessmen. We are not animals. It's not like we're gonna see them and rush them and jump on them. If they see us and they want drama, we're gonna definitely bring it like only Death Row could bring it. But we here as businessmen to enjoy and support the Video Music Awards for MTV, because they support us. So if they want to come and use this business opportunity to get on some gangster, we do that better than anybody.
Interesting. I mean, this clip shows me that these niggas were human. They didn't really want the beef, right? They didn't really want the smoke, but if the smoke was presented or there was a misunderstanding, that they were with the shits. That tends to be the case with gangsta hood ass niggas. There's a misunderstanding, and we don't have the patience or the mental fortitude to talk things out. Fuck, nigga, what you say, bitch? You disrespecting me, hoe? Alright, I'ma ride for my set. These niggas doing this. I don't even know how to do. I'm not gang affiliated, but these niggas doing all kinds of shit here, okay? And then they like, what, nigga? What'd you say, nigga? What'd you say, nigga? I bet. Then let's ride. Okay, that's usually how gang situations happen. Okay? Let's take a look at where's the car that Biggie Smalls got killed.
Where is it now, the car that Biggie was killed in? The legendary rapper was killed in a drive-by shooting on March 9th, 1997 at the young age of just 24 years old. Later that same year, a family bought the car that he was shot in at a public auction without even knowing what it was. They didn't find out until about 8 years later when a detective reached out to them. In 2017, the car went up for auction managed by a company called Moments in Time, whose starting price was $1.5 million. Even though all the bullet holes in the car were patched up, there was still a hole in one of the seat belts. Nobody ended up purchasing that car at auction, so it's safe to assume it's still with that family who bought it in 1997.
Interesting. I mean, just imagine having a car that Biggie Smalls got killed in, and the bullets and holes are patched up and shit. Oh man, that's some scary shit, nigga. I'll put that bitch in a museum somewhere. Recarve them holes in that motherfucker and make some money off that bitch. You got me fucked up. Let's take a. We're getting into who actually killed this nigga. Very very shortly. But let's take a look at Cat Williams' crazy ass talk about who killed Tupac and Biggie.
Do you have any idea who shot Suge?
I'm pretty sure Suge knows who shot Suge.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so when he comes out of sedation, I'm sure anybody who gets shot will tell you who shot them, right?
Yeah.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK. And if nobody shot him, that's the same person that shot Malcolm X too. It's a lot of nobodies out there, and nobody minds if nobody comes up missing, right? That don't bother nobody, does it? Certainly doesn't bother me.
Bro, that hit so deep, and I don't know if it's because I'm high. I don't know. But when I put this show together, I thought that clip was irrelevant. But something in my spirit told me to put that. And I'm going to explain what he was talking about if you missed it. Tupac got shot. Nobody is brought to justice. Biggie got shot. Nobody's brought to justice. Now, we got Keefe D today brought to justice, but Orlando Anderson, the actual killer, was not brought to justice. He was killed. Nonetheless, there was somebody that was responsible for Tupac's death. Patrick Chapman says, I love that Cat Williams clip. It is the fucking truth and it hits hard. Then you got Martin Luther King, important figure, killed. Last time I checked, nobody went to jail for that shit. You got Malcolm X, killed. Nobody went to jail for that shit. What did I say that was wrong, Charlie? Nobody went to jail. Tupac said to his mama that I believe nobody and anybody will kill me. If I am able to be touched by millions of fans, then I can be killed, just as simple as that. I think my true killer will be a nobody. It sounds very familiar from what Cat Williams said. Nobody. Charlie says that you're high. Well, I'm high off life, goddammit. I'm just saying that shit rocks. And it seems like a cover-up in all these situations. Why? Why is the police involved in all these situations, which we're going to cover? Because there apparently is a cover-up with Biggie's death when it came down to the police. The police, there was a cover-up when it came down to Tupac and the weapon being found on Orlando Anderson. The weapon was found and retrieved by LAPD when it came down to Tupac and the murder weapon. And it was concealed. It is on record that the police concealed it. Why is the police, the niggas that's supposed to protect and serve us, behind killing all of our most important, influential people and expressing that the nigga just died? Is that not fishy? That makes me in fear of my motherfucking life. We finally know, apparently, who killed Biggie.
The saddest mystery in rap history has been solved. Oddly enough, it was solved by the same man who gave us the answer to who killed Tupac, Detective Greg Kading. Biggie was murdered in March of '97, just 6 months after Tupac. We've heard ridiculous conspiracies, but Greg Kading has our answer. Both murders appear to be at the center of a beef between Bad Boy and Death Row. Now, Biggie's murder is widely considered to have been in retaliation to Pac's.
Biggie was killed by an associate of Suge Knight's. He hired a guy named Poochie to track down Biggie at the Peterson Auto Museum in March of 1997 and wait for him outside.
According to Greg, Poochie was a well-known gang member from Compton who was reportedly paid $13,000 by Suge to kill Biggie. However, Poochie was never charged with the murder. In '02, Poochie was shot 20 times in the back. Now we know this because one of Suge's baby mamas went to the authorities with all the information.
She identified Poochie as the person that had been solicited to do the murder, provided other details that were only known to law enforcement, and said that Suge Knight had solicited it from jail.
Throw me a follow if you didn't know this. And if you did, I'll settle for a like.
All right. So, that clip can kiss my ass. And I used it in fair use. God bless you, brother. You used the wrong terms, though. Because she did not go to the police giving them all the information as far as Suge Knight's baby mama. She was forced to give information. And let's hear it from the motherfucking horse's mouths.
Teresa Swan was one of Suge Knight's girlfriends. She was the mother to one of his kids.
She's got a criminal history. She's got multiple identities. She's been doing white-collar crimes on behalf of Suge over the years. So we start to zero in on her. We do a search warrant at her house. We begin to ask her about her history and background with Suge Knight. And she explains that she begins to have conversations with Suge here in Los Angeles in county jail. He tells her, I want you to get a hold of this guy, Poochie. Wardell Faust. He's a criminal associate of Suge's. He's a blood gang member.
It was well known that Suge Knight had the Mob Piru, basically ex-felons and gang members that were his security and his entourage.
Poochie was the main enforcer for Suge Knight.
Suge hired Poochie by getting the mother of one of his kids to hand over money to Poochie to get him to go out and kill Biggie.
According to Teresa Swan, Poochie was paid $13,000 for the murder of Biggie Smalls.
Poochie. Okay, so just real quick before I clear on that, they gave this bitch a warrant for her arrest. They went after her. She didn't go to them. And she was forced to give information because she was a fucking criminal. Give us something, ho. You got to give us something, ho. I use that clip in fair use, so please don't come after my ass. I use it in fair use, and I could have went without using that clip. I want to be fair. That is not the whole recollection and understanding of my show. It's not based on that specific video and premise. I could have went without it, but I wanted to include it to help my information. Obviously, Patrick Chapman, money is involved in the death of both of these people. But she was forced to give that information. If you're under duress, could it be likely that you would give them information if you're tied to key players that are suspects in specific murders? And ex, or, ex-girlfriend, baby mama, probably left out behind. At this point, Suge Knight is not making as much money as he needs to be. And you got a desperate cop who just found out who killed Tupac accurately, will do anything to answer the same and keep the same hype as far as figuring out who killed Biggie, because that was the next on his agenda. He gets Suge Knight baby mama, who expresses that Suge Knight paid for Poochie, a well-known 5'5" murdering gangster, hitman, who was also killed. See, there's the way out. He was killed. Shot 5 times. Dead. That sounds like a great person to put the blame on. Let's take a look at Suge Knight on these allegations.
But linking all these tragedies, linking them to you, the death of Notorious B.I.G., I guess on paper would make more sense, given what he was racking up sales on the East Coast.
I mean,
when Biggie left.
One of the things about Biggie, I'm not one of these nutterizers. I think he was talented and he's great.
Did you hate Biggie?
Never one bit. See, one thing you got to realize, follow my pattern. I'm a businessman. I figure if in a year or two, Biggie would have been a death row artist, because that's how talented he was. And I would have pursued him as an artist because I felt I could have gave him a bigger deal. And I wouldn't have been in his videos. So I think he was an incredible artist. Just think, Tupac and Biggie, it never was no real feud. They might have had words before, but I know I could have molded them back to being great friends. Right.
That was so revealing in a lot of shit that he just said, and he kind of proved my whole point here. Tupac, with the permission of Suge, was planning on going to death row and making it death row East. He said if Biggie was still alive, I'm sure promoting that same premise, that he would have offered Biggie a bigger deal and he wouldn't have been in Biggie's videos. Trying to say that, of course, I didn't have nothing to do with his death and murder because I really wanted to work with him. Which he showed no display of throughout the whole saga of the Biggie and Tupac situation. Could it be that P. Diddy pushed the narrative of Biggie getting killed? Because clearly, Biggie was collateral damage. Now, apparently, there's another suspect called Amari Muhammad. Okay? And he's the other suspect. The problem is this specific person matches the description of the alleged killer of the witnesses who seen kill Biggie. Let's take a look at what this guy, and this is him on camera, speaking on the death of Biggie.
Disaster. It shows that in our race, we still have the element, the negative element that's really destroying the positivity that we have in our race.
That clip didn't show me much, but you see a face to the name of the man who apparently also killed Biggie. Now, this is Little C's, Biggie's right-hand man who's with Biggie most of the time. And he's asked the question of Amari or Poochie.
Yeah, one theory is that a guy named Amir Muhammad was the shooter. I'm sure you heard that name. It's been movies that have been put out since, documentaries. And then there's another theory that a guy from the West Coast named Poochie might have been the shooter.
Yeah.
Do you have any theories yourself?
Nah.
Nah?
From that one to the Amir one to the Poochie one, it's like when you start to believe in one, another one comes. Start to believe in that, then another plot twist comes to, it's been 25 years, man. I gave up on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave up on it, man. I'm just like, I don't think that we're going to ever get justice for what happened to Big. And who knows? Maybe it's some street justice that got done with out there. Who knows? But I don't know what story to believe no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, at this point, I'm just like, man, I'm over it.
So, sorry. Here's my thing. He was there. He was there when Biggie got shot. So the first allegation is Amir. I said Amari. It's Amir. Muhammad. The second allegation comes in is Poochie. And this guy gets so confused he doesn't know what to believe. Because then the conspiracy develops. Especially when there was no person found. But Gene Deal, who was also there in the car with Diddy, expressed that Poochie didn't kill Biggie.
Those people who feel like Poochie wasn't behind Biggie's murder wasn't there. Poochie didn't have no blue suit on, no white shirt, no blue bow tie. Poochie didn't stand about 6'6'1". Poochie is about 5'5" or 5'4", something like that, with platform shoes on. Those people wasn't there, brother. How they gonna see a witness? How the witness gonna see somebody, in a white shirt, blue bow tie, blue suit, peanut head, shoot Big, and because this LAPD cop who wasn't there come 10 years later, falsify evidence, falsify or have a girl write some bullshit, and the girl even came out and said she don't think Poochie did it. He was just trying to get money.
So according to Gene Deal, Suge's baby mama, who was, according to the actual LAPD officer, detective, whatever the hell, Greg Carding, expressed that she was put under duress and forced to give information. Which I said, hell, that could have been a false statement to get her ass out of that situation. And her understanding that the nigga was desperate for that information, which she contributed it to him wanting money. And Poochie was there. He heard of the people expressing the allegations and who the witnesses were. Let's take a look at Gene Deal expressing the same settlement when he was a bit younger.
I had him to a T before P called me that morning. He said, a guy in the Nation of Islam shot Big. And I said, yo, dog, he had the blue suit, blue bow tie, white shirt, peanut head, receding hairline, brown skin. He was like, yeah, dog, how you know? I said, a nigga came up to me first. I said, he came to us first. He walked up the Puff van. And I got him off. And he was like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, yeah, straight up, for real. He came up there first.
So apparently, Amir Muhammad was stalking around, walking in the areas. The same guy that alleged by the witnesses that shot him, as far as Biggie, came up. And the allegations are the suspect wasn't Biggie that were being aimed for. It was actually P. Diddy. Also weird, because of those allegations, because Gene was like, hey, these niggas was coming after us, he expressed they got the warning beforehand. The cops that was in those areas that was trying to see what the fuck was going on undercovers expressed they had to let P. Diddy's people know that there were people coming after them and that they were watching. The police was there on guard as far as undercovers and had to let everybody know so that if shots did ring, there wasn't police officers shooting at other police officers. Hence why Gene Deal knew that there was hits coming after them. Also, explains why P. Diddy van, the truck that he was in, was told to run through lights. Gene Deal had said, you got to watch some of his interviews, he had expressed, I want run through the next 4 lights until we get out of this area. Push it. That light clearly was red. They blew right past it, and Biggie's truck stood there. Amir Muhammad, who was waiting in the car on the street, simply just pulled up right next to them, started shooting off shots, and went ahead and turned the corner. Here's a fucking agent, Phil Carson, who confirms that he's seen videos of Amir Muhammad there right before Biggie was killed.
There's photographic evidence that the FBI has of Amir Muhammad, who is accused of being the bow-tied trigger man.
Let's just say the LAPD had that in their file, and then there were certain things that were made part of the FBI file. But at first, they would not let me or the people that I was working the case with take any photos, like make a copy of a photo.
You saw the actual footage, or the actual picture of Amir Muhammad, lurking around the Peterson.
Yes.
That's incredible.
This black SS Impala that David Mack owned, correct? And Russell Poole wants to run forensics on the car and wants to run financial records on David Mack. He is shut down by the LAPD. Why? What would be the common sense reason that a car fitting the description that he owns is sitting in his garage and he's not allowed to run any any forensics on the car, and secondarily, inside of his home, they find Gecko ammunition, the same ammunition that was used to kill Biggie, that's only available in 2 places, in New Jersey and Corona, California, where, ironically enough, Amir Muhammad does some, mortgage transactions, right? Why wasn't Russell Poole allowed to run ballistics? Why wasn't Russell Poole allowed to run forensics on this Impala?
And shout out to allhiphop.com. Look, I'm using this clip in fair use only to tell the story that y'all are trying to tell too. Please don't strike me down. I do not own any rights to this clip. I could have went without the clip. That clip doesn't tell the whole story of my whole show. So please do not strike down all the work that I'm revealing, the same information that you are. Please don't strike me down. And please allow me to use your clip in fair use. Shout out to them. Go subscribe to their channel. I am also subscribed currently. So please, let's help spread the same information that we're trying to get out here. That's very revealing. So apparently, there is an officer that was involved in the cover-up of Biggie's death. Last name Mack, Charlie Mack, I don't know what the hell his name is. David Mack. Phil Carson was trying to investigate. LAPD shut that shit down. He's trying to investigate the officer who apparently had to do with the cover-up of Biggie's death. Shut that shit down. The only places that you can find the ammo where Biggie got shot is in 2 places, and one of which Amir Muhammad has business dealings in. Wouldn't be too far removed or far understanding. And they wouldn't even allow forensics on the vehicle that was in question. Ballistics and forensics. That is still sitting in David Mack's house today. Y'all don't find that interesting? So a random killer, Poochie, I didn't find any evidence on matching Poochie to it besides a fucking allegation from a bitch that was put under pressure. But we got multiple people, including officers, trying to investigate whether or not this officer who was involved in covering up was shut down from investigating it. Wasn't allowed to investigate it. To look into the other suspect, and Amir Muhammad. It sounds fishy as fuck to me. And it's leaning more towards me believing Amir Muhammad was the actual person that killed Biggie. Gene Deal talks about seeing Amir Muhammad shooting again.
Amir Muhammad, the guy that was wearing the bow tie the night that Biggie got killed, the Muslim guy, the guy that you believe that was behind Biggie's murder. Are you sure that he was the one that was behind it? Do you really believe that? Because I seen on the LA local news that he live in Georgia now and he does real estate.
Bruh, if they got pictures of Amir Muhammad at that thing, why was he there? Why was he there? In a blue suit, white shirt, blue bow tie. Why did he walk up to me and Puff's car? Do you understand me? Why 8 to 10 minutes later, Lil C see a guy in a blue suit, white shirt, blue bow tie, peanut head, shoot big. I know who walked up to us, brother. You understand me? I know the picture I saw with the face messed up. And if the FBI says that was Amir Muhammad right there, if Lil C says that the Muslim is the same one I saw, do you understand me? The blue suit, white shirt, blue bow tie.
There's our killer, folks. Amir Muhammad, the murderer of Biggie Smalls. You have multiple people, multiple sources, and conspiracy around that situation. Let's take a look at a diagram expressing the same exact settlement, that Charlie Mack had something to do with it, with the addition of Amir Hall, and the diagram of the shooting.
Rapper Christopher Wallace, or Biggie Smalls, was murdered by a gunman hired by Death Row Records founder Marion Suge Knight, according to a former FBI agent who has spoken to the New York Post. Wallace was gunned down on March 9, 1997, when his SUV stopped at a red light on the corner of Fairfax Avenue and Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles, but the crime remains officially unsolved, according to the Los Angeles Times. Now, former FBI agent Phil Carson, who worked on the case for 2 years, has told the New York Post the murder was carried out by Nation of Islam convert Amir Mohammed with the help of corrupt Los Angeles police officers. Carson alleges that Wallace's murder was revenge for the earlier murder of fellow rapper Tupac Shakur, who was signed to Suge Knight's Death Row Records. He further alleges LAPD police officer David Mack and others helped facilitate and cover up the crime. Carson states that the original target was not Christopher Wallace, but in fact record producer Sean Puffy Combs, who was in the vehicle ahead of Biggie's SUV on the night of the murder.
There you go. We found the killer. Let's take a look at Tupac's manager saying he saw David Mack, the police in question, at Biggie's murder scene.
I knew David very well because we worked together for years before he was an officer. I didn't want to do interviews for years. It was dangerous. It's dangerous to know anything. I was there that night Biggie got killed. And so were some of the LAPD officers we talked about. I would put money on LAPD's involvement, you know. They're all not on the force anymore, so I guess it doesn't matter, but...
Did you see David Mack and Perez at the event at the Peterson Motel?
They were all there. Yes, they were there.
Because the LAPD now have sort of come up with a whole lot of theory.
Outside of the police.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did.
So, Patrick says, so Big wasn't the target, it was Puffy. Yes, it was Puffy. This is where I believe Suge Knight is. I don't have any evidence to point that, but this is where the speculation comes in as far as Suge Knight. Suge Knight was in prison during this time, when his rival is out there still making millions of dollars, making money off of the smoke between Big and Tupac. Tupac is dead at this point, which fans not only are blowing up Tupac's music, but are listening to Biggie as well. The target, if you take out P. Diddy, then you can actually get Biggie as the artist because you don't have any P. Diddy around. Then you also have, when this nigga's in jail, his family, his wife, and other partners who end up ruining Death Row Records takes over. So when he gets out, it's going to be a battle between him and his wife and fitting back into those areas when he could start off with a superstar like Biggie. So Suge knew it was Puffy that put the hit out. So he wasn't going for the rival. He was going for the man behind the curtain. Exactly. Because that's Suge who's the man behind the curtain. The best way to take a fucking battalion out is to cut off the head of the leader, and the other motherfuckers will fall and break the fuck down. Same difference. You take out Puffy, then you can have access to Biggie and all the Biggie stuff. You just lost Tupac, so you're making money off of that, which you don't necessarily have access to because your ex-wife is now over your company and you're in prison. So when you get out, hell, you can even rely on Biggie to get you out so you can pick him up. Same thing, but the Tupac thing in reverse. Go ahead and put a hit out. Now, here's the thing. Why would it make sense as for an officer to be involved in this in relation to Biggie or Suge? Because an officer would have access to the prison system. And if there's an officer that visits the prison system and somehow rubs shoulders with Suge Knight over a currency of some sorts, that makes all the sense in the world. If Suge Knight, because there was rumors that Suge Knight put a hit on Biggie or Puffy while he was in prison. So he wasn't lying, Suge, when he said he don't know who killed Biggie, because he didn't. He didn't even ask for that. My speculation is that he talked to Charlie Mack to find a way to get rid of Puffy. Puffy and Biggie are finding themselves in L.A. This officer reaches out to Amir Muhammad, this hitter, a man from the Nation of Islam. He was stalking the premises, even to the point of walking up to P. Diddy's car or van, because when they drove away, they weren't in a van. They were in a truck. So, walking up to them, Gene Deal say he shrugged him off. There's reports of this nigga sitting in the car on the very street that this happened on, waiting on them to pass by. Puffy was supposed to stop at the light, ran right past it. He gotta get somebody in this motherfucker, so he goes up and starts shooting the vehicle. And here's furthermore evidence to prove my point. Because Tupac is in pictures with Amir Muhammad. Same guy, bow tie, a man from the Nation of Islam with Tupac. That connection between Charlie Mack and officers today not being able to investigate the officer and his cover-up and the Biggie's death. And then the same killer is seen with Suge Knight. Oh, I'm sorry. With P. Diddy. I'm sorry. Goddamn, Tupac. You can't tell me that ain't interesting information. So, there's a nigga named Psycho Mike, which made Amir Muhammad a suspect in the first place. Psycho Mike got caught up into some shit, and he expressed to the police that a nigga named Amir Muhammad, he didn't even remember his name. Amir was the name that he remembered, not the Muhammad part. But basically, a man, a Nation of Islam, put the hit out on Biggie to get himself out of issues. And this is a video about explaining how Psycho Mike went and had talks with Amir Muhammad.
Tell me exactly what happened when Psycho Mike goes to talk to Amir Muhammad.
The first time he went there, Amir wasn't home, and he talked to his wife. Psycho Mike then finds out when Amir is going to be home, and he goes up to the door, and Amir comes to the door. And they have about a 45-minute conversation. You would think if some stranger came up to your door and knocked on it and said, "Hey, Don, this is Phil. Remember that murder that we were involved in or that you committed? And the feds are trying to get me to talk and dime you out or dime other people out there involved in it. We got to get our story straight." If you had nothing to do with it and you had no idea who I was, you were not going to sit there and have a conversation with a guy for 1 minute who's dressed like a gangster. You're going to say like,
"The fuck are you doing?
What the fuck? Get out of here. Who are you? What are you talking about?"
Interesting. Very, very interesting. We're coming towards the ender half of this show. Please don't worry. It's coming to an end. We might crack 2 hours on this motherfucker. Greg Carding and Reggie White Jr. are both guilty. Now, Reggie White is the other guy expressing that he believes that Biggie was killed by Poochie. And Greg Carding is the police officer that is the one saying that Poochie is the one that killed him because he fucking forced Biggie's baby mama to say that shit.
And not just Gene. Greg Caden, you could tell Greg Caden trying to cover something up. Oh, I'm so happy and rejoiced. They got all the crisis actors, Tupac cousins when they was 9. They interviewing him as if he really could recollect any type of thing when he was 9 years old and a distant cousin. You know what I'm saying? Greg Caden, Reggie Wright, all these dudes have been talking. Reggie Wright Jr., Gene Deal, Greg Caden, that other officer that said Tupac said F you when he died. All these niggas should go to jail for this shit, man. Because they know a lot of information and they spread it on the internet to implicate other dudes, to say that these other dudes is criminals. I feel like all these dudes should go down together. Because I don't know who lying, but all you motherfuckers know something about something and all y'all lying. That's how I play it. Niggas lucky y'all run law enforcement. Ain't no gray areas. It's wrong and it's right because that'll keep niggas in check.
I mean, I feel him, bro. We don't know what the hell to believe. But Greg Carding was wrong about Poochie being the killer. There is nothing pointing at Poochie besides the baby mama aspect, and that is not credible. And it's very easy to pin a fucking murder on a dead nigga. This is how Biggie wanted to be remembered. And we're going now past allegations since we revealed who the fucking killer was. Now it's about remembering who Biggie was.
So in that whole sense, how is it that you want to be perceived by people? Let's say when you get out of the rap game. I mean, what Biggie Smalls is, how you feel in the rest of that blank?
Biggie Smalls is the realest person in the game. The realest person. I mean, if you was to see me, you could feel absolutely comfortable with me. You will feel like there's nothing I have to hide from him because he's just he's real, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can tell me anything and I can tell you anything, you know, I don't bite my tongue for anybody, you know what I'm saying? I just keep it 100%.
Okay, well let's say this to you.
I mean, that nigga was real. He said, "It's a motherfucking rap. Hey, let's go." Right in front of that nigga. And it showed that he was a real ass nigga through the whole fucking Tupac situation. Because the only time he clapped in any way or responded was in defense of himself. He didn't want that beef with fucking Tupac. It's clear. And this is Diddy saying Biggie would have stopped rapping if he was still alive.
What would Biggie be like at 44? He'd be a mogul like you and Hov, like what?
Yeah, I think he would have stopped rapping by now and been just really a businessman. He talked me into letting him go and do an album on another label and got his own label, and it was no problem. That right there was unheard of, and that's the relationship me and him had. I wanted to see him win.
I never understood why you didn't take Junior Mafia back in the day.
And we talked about that Commission album on the last show, as far as P. Diddy. And P. Diddy just admits as much. He did an album on a whole nother label, but that bitch never came out. Biggie died. And I'm sure because before he could give the rights away, he died. The album was mixed. He told the Jaguar White was right. P. Diddy admits about the unreleased album. And a lot of people in the comments talk about she don't know what the fuck she talking about. Well, clearly she do. P. Diddy admits to this shit. Why didn't it come out? Why didn't Biggie's unreleased album come out? Because if it came out, then P. Diddy wouldn't be able to make that kind of money because he just told us it was with another record label. And he allowed it. Of course he would allow it if he know hits is coming after us anyway. As long as I keep myself protected, I'll be all right. Biggie die. I don't care if Biggie gotta die. I don't care if Suge Knight go to jail. I don't care if Tupac gotta die. As long as I don't die, and all these niggas do, I'm gonna make money in the end. Jaguar Wright was right. So for you motherfuckers that's in the comments, you're wrong. The game says Tupac got Biggie killed.
Pac was rapping. If I was one of his peers, I could have stopped him from getting himself killed, which, if we gonna be for real, got Biggie killed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, that was
Biggie didn't
definitely-
get Biggie
right.
killed. Pac got Biggie killed.
Right.
And Pac, like, niggas killed Pac because he was too at the right time. You know what I'm saying? He was too verbal, too vocal at the wrong time. Like, Pac was ahead of his time. And if you think about it, them niggas was wearing suits and shit. Niggas is 25 and 20.
Young as fuck. That's what people stop.
I'm talking about Pac and Biggie when they died.
That's
was
what people
6
don't realize how young they
6
were.
years before Biggie died, he was in the 12th grade. Nigga, let's you know.
These fucking kids, bro. These are kids playing fucking grown man sports. These are fucking babies. There's another clip that's saying that, and I agree with the game. Tupac did get Biggie killed. Tupac got himself killed, but he also got Biggie killed. And this clip is saying Biggie didn't die over Tupac's lie.
Biggie's dead because Pac lied.
Born first. Biggie died because, number one, and Clark Clinton and all of them forget, he got booed off the stage in Sacramento. So they already know the feelings of people in California. Okay, and they'll say because of what he's saying. That's why they booed him off the stage and all of that. Did he do Long Kiss Goodnight that week or the day before he got shot and killed?
When my men bust, you just move with such stamina. Slugs missed ya, I ain't mad at ya. We ain't mad at ya. Look what you made me do. Brains blue, my team in the marine blue. 6 coupe, skeet it out, weed it out. Yo, man, I can ride all night, man. Going first.
Here's my problem, bro. You're saying that Biggie didn't die over Tupac's lie, but he died because he was talking shit, which I didn't kind of get that as Biggie talking shit. That's rap. Talking about he can rhyme all night. He's rap. And it was a freestyle on top of that. Or could it not been? Maybe some of y'all should educate me. But he clearly did. Because at the end of the day, they wouldn't be an East Coast, West Coast if they had squashed their beef in the beginning. When Tupac found out that they didn't have anything to do with it. Because Tupac didn't say that to the day he died, that Biggie had something to do with it. It was a short span. So, sir, Mr. Reggie White Jr., don't believe a goddamn thing he's saying, because he's clearly saying it wasn't the case, but at the same time it is the case because of the rivalry between the two. That's exactly what the hell I'm saying and what the nigga was saying as far as he died because of Tupac's lie. If Tupac never continued that on, or let's not even blame Tupac, the whole fucking death row didn't keep egging that on and squashed it publicly, we wouldn't have had this fucking fallout. Let's take a look at the evolution of Biggie.
Look in the sky and wonder why most MCs alibis won't comply with my style of rhyme or rhyming or rap. It's not a trap, my rhyme just snap. Recognize I don't fuck with the St. Oz B.I.G. down with OGB. Old road brothers for the others that miss me. I bring drama like you spit on my mama. Cannibalistic like that nigga Jeffrey Dahmer. Hugs from the honeys, pound from the roughnecks. See my man was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. You wanna sit more on my living room floor? Play Nintendo with Seasonino. Hot, sicker than your average. Papa twist cabbage off instinct. Niggas don't think shit stink. Pink Gators, my Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn.
R.I.P., bro. Fucking R.I.P. Let's take a look at a 1987 rare freestyle from Biggie.
Oh, what's up? It's Video Music Box. DJ Rock McDaniels, right? What's up, man? Look in the sky and wonder why most MCs' alibis won't comply with my style of rhyme or rhyming or rap. It's not a trap. My rhyme just snap. Miles and miles for a while. My rhymes are once in a pie. Now I put them on fire. Hey. This is a whale of a tale of my failure. Have to paint my veils and I would nail begin to sail and set the sea.
So, Patrick Chapman says, I want you to give your opinion on this before this ends. Would you like to give better, who would you like between the two, as far as the music wise, and then just as a person? So, when I was younger, I was more of a Biggie fan because of Big Papa and Hypnotize and some of those tracks that was just playing. I was more of a Biggie fan, but as I grew older and I was able to understand what Tupac was saying and the energy that he was giving off and the person that he was, I found myself as an adult loving Tupac more. But genuinely, it was based off the characteristics of each person, and I appreciated Biggie's persona because it was genuine. It was more genuine than Tupac. And come to find out, Tupac wasn't this gangster thug life kind of guy. He wasn't grown up like that. He was an artistic, smart guy who fucking went to school with white people, who mom just so happened to be a crackhead and they lived in the fucking projects around these people. But he didn't take part in it until he became this name and was helped when at his lowest moment in jail for some bullshit, picked up by Suge Knight and these Bloods, Pyrus, and all these other niggas, finding himself growing up into that, becoming the star that he ultimately became. I could smell at a young kid that wasn't disingenuous. And I appreciated Biggie more because of how genuine he was, even to the day he died. And I was born in 95, which means I was born right before any of these niggas died. And then not even a couple breaths of air, these niggas got killed off. Okay? And respectfully. Biggie Smalls, rare freestyle of him at 17. Kid is just fucking outstanding.
That's just me, B.I.G. Competition rapper ever since 13. Used to steal clothes, I was considered a thief. Until I started hustling on Fulton Street. Making loose, knocking loose on the regular. Pass the microphone, I'm the perfect competitor. Jewels and all that, the clothes is all that. Come step to me, that's where you took your fall at. B.I.G. got my burner, that's unheard of. I stay close to mine, like Tina or Turner. Pick the smother, the punk motherfucker undercover. First the mother, I'm above ya.
Hey, that nigga, hey, at 17? Fuck is you talking about, bruh? That nigga was lit. Here go Diddy explaining how he first met Biggie.
First time I met B.I.G., I brought him to this soul food restaurant called Sylvia's uptown in Harlem. So you have this big guy that has this in-your-face rap attitude, but was quiet. Then I remember him sitting down. And then, here's the mind-blowing thing that you wouldn't have thought. This is the best soul food in the world. You know, I asked him if he wanted to eat. And he was like, nah, he didn't want to eat. And I realized that that's how big this moment was for him. That this, like, he really, like, this was really his dream. He couldn't even eat, you know? He couldn't even say that he wanted to just, for this to really, really happen.
That's love. It's fucking love. And if I ever get that opportunity, please, Lord, bless me. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the earth now. I'm going to have that opportunity, and I'm going to be just like Biggie, okay? Ready to get, eager to get to work. Just like I am now trying to do this show. I've been itching to do this show for the last fucking day. Okay? And now I got it together. I feel him. Snoop Dogg is on the fact that he was invited to Biggie's studio and how that experience was like.
I go to New York, Biggie hit me up. Hey, come by the studio. And I'm like, all right, I'm coming. I go to the studio. He got like 4 rooms. He got Eazzy Moby in a room, Premier in a room. And he in one room with like about 30 motherfuckers in there. They smoking some bullshit ass. I come in with that thing that killed John Wayne. So I pull my out and change the temperature in the room. So Biggie at the board, he like, hey, check it out. Hold on. Hey, Snoop, I want you to hear this shit. And the mother push play. And he play that song where it say, dreaming of Learjets, mansions, and coupes, and trying to sell records like Snoop. Oops. And the whole room was like, oh. It was like him letting me know in front of all his homeboys, I f with you, I love you, and I ain't gonna never have a problem with you. So from that day forward, me and his situation never was a situation to begin with.
That's love, bro. That's love. And to be honest, I can see why Biggie was the way he was when it came down to Tupac. And honestly, there's not much record of Biggie throwing hate towards that way, only in defense of himself. I keep saying that. There wouldn't have been no beef if Tupac wasn't going along with the lie. And that actually got Snoop Dogg in trouble in pictures with the East Side. It's proof that West was pushing this East Coast, West Coast beef because Suge Knight confronts Snoop Dogg while taking pictures at one of the hip hop awards. Being seen with, of course, these people. That's what that was about. Him being seen and taking pictures with these folks. Going and seeing with Biggie. Now, let's take a look at these last few clips, guys. Lil C shares his favorite moments and his favorite memories of Biggie.
Favorite memory of Biggie, you said? I never really shared this one before, but one time we was in Jersey at the crib and I was in his room and shit. He was on the phone talking to somebody. Laid down in his bed. And I was in the crib doing something. I forgot what I was doing. I don't know if I was in there dancing. I don't know if I was in there saying some dumb shit or something. And he was, whoever he was talking to, he was like, yo, this little nigga cracking me up right now. He just got me feeling like I got a little brother right now. And, you know, as a kid then, that touched me, you know, because everybody used to fight for the attention from him or wanted to be there. This when he just got his crib in Jersey. I have a room in there. The way he just treated me, it wasn't like I was a little nigga. It's like I was a little nigga when I needed to be. But that was the first time that where he was just letting me know how he embraced me. Like, you know, this is my son sometimes. This is my little brother sometimes. This is my homeboy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Or it's my nephew sometimes. Like, you know, he would just like that one moment right there was where I was just like, all right.
That nigga was love, bro. Hence why did he say that shit today? That nigga was love. Lil C's on the time that Biggie gave him the silent treatment. And don't get it twisted. Biggie's a nice guy and loving, but he had a dark side too. And this is how he dealt with it.
Yeah, I definitely remember my last conversation with Big. We wasn't speaking. He wasn't speaking to me because I did some messy stuff and messed up some things in LA like about 2-3 days before he passed, and he didn't speak to me for one whole day. When they shot the Hypnotize video, he didn't speak to me that day. I left a bag in his room with some pictures in it, him and some chicks. He was dating Charlie Baltimore at that time, and for like 3 days he was telling me to take that bag out the room to put in my room. And I never did it. When she was coming over, I guess I must have went to my room that night before. And when I woke up, D-Rock was knocking on my door, like, yo, come on, we gotta get out of here. We kicked out the hotel. I'm like, for what? He was like, Charlie and Big was fighting upstairs. I go up there, there's cranberry juice all on the walls and stuff. He's not in there. He was like, yo, you didn't take that bag out the room. I was like, oh my God. He was still cool. Like, he had passed me a blunt. He just wasn't speaking to me. He was like, I ain't with you right now, dog. Then he just gave him one time, just like, come on, man. Swallow some weed, man. Like he missed me and shit. I was just like, all right, come on, let's roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, moral of that story, don't take pictures if you're gonna be cheating, bastards. Don't take no videos or none of that shit, nigga. There's timestamps and all that shit nowadays. Don't do it. R. Kelly and P. Diddy getting fucked up today for that shit. Don't do it, people. I'm telling you, you're gonna do some miscellaneous act motherfucking activities. Don't get no pictures, no video evidence involved your ass going to jail. And that's all I got to say about that one. Okay, let's take a look at Biggie getting mad at a goddamn DJ for being high and drunk at the same time on the job.
Rappers getting mad at their DJs. Part 1, let's get it, let's go.
Boy, I don't know, Cappy, you really fucking up today, boy. That's DJ Cap.
That nigga hot.
Word up. DJ, help me back up. What the fuck is wrong with you? I can't take it no more, man. That nigga fucking up every joint. What the fuck?
Yeah, that nigga should be fired and never rehired. And for the last clip of the day, which I look forward to seeing this nigga in the future, let's take a look at Biggie's son freestyle. What the hell?
He looks like, I see, look at him, look at him. He looks like his dad, man. Christopher Wallace, C.J. Wallace Jr. Well, see, but it's because, you know, Biggie's son rapping is like the expected thing. Drop the beat, son.
We on the road to the riches, full of dead ends and ditches, but we swerving till the coast is clear. Flow so severe, put you in fear of this young ass nigga. I said there's no telling when me and Teddy just might go off, and when the mic go off, nobody touch it, I own it. I can see it in your face, you really don't want to be my opponent. Bitch nigga scared shitless. Don't end up on that hit list, get dismissed in a matter of minutes. I'm killing these niggas with more.
I mean, he ain't got the tone of Biggie. He looked like that bastard, but hey. Ladies and gentlemen, it was indeed a fucking pleasure of doing this show. Thank you for all y'all for clicking and watching. Hit the damn like and share this motherfucker. And I ain't gonna say it no motherfucking more. That's the only way I'm going somewhere, niggas. So help a black ass out. Help a nigga foundation. HNF. That's hashtag that motherfucker. HNF. Help a nigga foundation. Helper is one word. Nigga is one word and foundation is one word. Help a nigga out foundation. Help please. Click, and all you got to do, you ain't got to donate no kind of money. If you want to do that, the Cash App is in the motherfucking descriptions. When we become YouTube partners, which I doubt because of content I cover, and I might get murked beforehand because of the kind of shit I'm speculating on, which might be true, motherfuckers. But it's all allegedly just in case niggas want to sue. But Amari Muhammad clearly is the killer, not Poochie. Not Poochie Hall off of the game. If you niggas know, then you niggas know. Not none of them niggas. But Amari Muhammad is the killer. We revealed it. If Amari finds himself getting his ass locked up, just know that because the police watch my shit and I might be a police snitching ass nigga, I'm sorry. And my goal is to be like Tasha K and academics. And hopefully we find going there. And I got some music, and I'm going to act my ass off. So I ain't going to be just that, okay? You don't understand. By hitting a like, sharing, and commenting, you are putting me in a position to accomplish my dreams. And you might get some good-ass entertainment from it, goddammit. This ain't my goals and aspirations, okay? I'm trying to be a superstar. And the only way to help a nigga foundation is to hit that like, share, subscribe, comment, and all that other bullshit. My name is Eric Lloyd. We out this motherfucker. Holla at your motherfucking boy.
Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 let me holler at you, 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 let me holler at you. Holla, 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 holla,